Now let's see this question. If y equal to a log mod x plus bx square minus x has extreme values at x equal to minus 4 by 3 and x equal to 2, then what are the values of a and b? So they are saying that extreme values means either minimum or maximum. They are already giving that either at x equal to this value or this value we are having the maximum values, extreme values, which means either this can be maximum or minimum and this can be maximum or minimum, right? Now given this, they are asking us to find out what could be the values of a and b. So how to find it out is, without assuming these two values, you can just take this function and try to find out the maximum or minimum by usual procedure. And whenever you reach a point where you can decide a and b, then you can stop and decide it. So let's go with the usual procedure. Now what is the normal procedure? You have to find out the f dash of x. Now f dash of x, given that f of x is this one. Now if we find out f dash of x, I got this. Now if you equate this one to 0, then only we are going to find the extreme points, isn't it? But then extreme points are already given. Got it? So f dash of x, we got it as this one, equate it to 0. Now if you solve it, we are going to find out the extreme values. But since extreme values are already given, you can stop it here and then see from the extreme values what should be f dash of x, right? If the extreme values would have been minus 4 by 3 and 2, then this f dash of x should have been this one, isn't it? Which means x plus 4 by 3 into x minus 2 equal to 0, and this function, this equation and this equation should be exactly the same. Got it? Now whenever you talk about the equation, you should see that some of the all the quotients are exactly the same. But if you observe this equation which we got from the extreme points and this equation which we got from f dash of x, there is a small change here. Now if you observe this, the quotient of x here is minus 2 and the quotient of x here is minus 1. So either you can multiply this one with 2 in order to get this, or you divide this one with 2 in order to get this, so that you can compare the terms, right? So how can I do that? Just multiply or divide this one. Divide this one with 2 so that you can make this quotient as minus 1 here, and then you can compare the corresponding terms. Got it? So what is it? If I divide it by 2, I am going to get 3 by 2 x square minus x minus 4 equal to 0. Now here you can clearly see that x quotient here and x quotient here is same. Therefore all the other quotients must also be same. So now we can compare the quotients one by one. Now what about the quotient of x square? Here it is given as 2b, right? And here it is given as 3 by 2. Therefore 2b must be equal to 3 by 2. So just say this, 2b must be equal to 3 by 2. Then what do you get from that? b equal to 3 by 4, right? And now here if you see a, here it is minus 4, right? Therefore a must be equal to minus 4. So if b equal to 3 by 4 and a equal to minus 4, there is a chance that if you substitute it here and you find out f dash of x, you are going to get the same values, extreme values. You can test it if you want. What is it? Take b equal to 3 by 4 and a equal to minus 4 and substitute there. And if you go on finding out the extreme values, you are going to get these two, minus 4 by 3 and 2. Got it? Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So, first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%. But all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177. And IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.